And welcome back to CBN Newswatch. The City of Angels celebrated a miraculous comeback this week. The Los Angeles Dodgers came from 5 runs down in the 5th to wind up beating the New York Yankees and win the World Series Wednesday night. The Dodgers clinching the title in New York in 5 games. Freddie Freeman voted the most valuable player. Freeman drove in 12 runs, tying a World Series record. He also hit home runs in the first 4 games of the series, including a walk-off grand slam to win the game, or to win Game 1. CBN Sports reporter Will Dawson joins us now for more on this big game. Will, great to see you. Can you tell us more about this MVP, Freddie Freeman, and why was this series so important to him?
Yeah, Wendy, Freddie Freeman, we haven't seen a star in the postseason like Freddie Freeman in a long time. You mentioned the 12 RBIs tying a World Series record. That walk-off grand slam was the first in the history of the World Series. And then 4 consecutive games in this World Series, he hit a home run, but he also hit 2 more going back to his time in Atlanta back in 2021. So he set a World Series record for most consecutive games with a home run. A clutch performer is Freddie Freeman, but I spoke with him back at the All-Star game in July and talked about his family being with him. He talked about living his faith in front of his boys. And then just shortly after that, his 3-year-old son, Max, was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is an autoimmune disorder, very rare and horrific for a 3-year-old to go through. And Freddie talked about how he really leaned into his faith at that time. Here's what he said.
On a lot. There's many times when you see your 3-year-old on a ventilator, you start just like thinking about a whole bunch of things. And when you have the support system that we've had, a family that's, is faith-based, it truly does help. Like during the All-Star game, all my kids were sick. I didn't know it was going to lead to that. So yeah, it's been tough, but we have Brandon Cash, who's our chaplain here. He's amazing. So been having a great network of people to keep us strong, keep the faith, and it's been really good.
And Will, New York Yankees Aaron Judge shared some news on God's love and adoption. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, baseball's home run king, Aaron Judge. He hit 58 home runs during the course of the season. No better slugger in baseball than him. But Aaron was adopted when he was a baby. And the Bible is full of adoption imagery, God adopting us into his family when we were yet sinners, right? And so I asked him about that. I said, does God's love, understanding and remembering your journey, does it help you understand God's love even better? And this was his response.
His love is incredible. It has no ends, and the position I was in, being adopted by my parents, for them to pick me, choose me, to put me in their lives, it's incredible, just this, if you would have told me back then when I was 5 years old, I'd be in a World Series with the Yankees, be the captain of the Yankees, I probably never would have believed you, but just, having his blessings, keeping the faith through good times and bad times, knowing he's always with me, that's definitely helped me get to this position.
Wow, such humility. Well, what are you seeing with the number of believers at the World Series and with sports in general? It seems like there's a larger number of them in sports for some reason.
It does, doesn't it? Sports have never been as popular as they are right now. And even the women's game, you look across all of sports and you see not just some of the guys, but a lot of the guys and the big stars are not afraid to proclaim Christ. When the spotlight is the brightest on them, they're looking to turn around and shine it back on him. And that's why we're doing what we're doing with CBN Sports. We want to be there to allow these guys who already have a platform to while they're making a name for themselves, give that back to God and the abilities and the talents that they've been given. And we've just seen a number of people talk about that, and we're happy to help them proclaim that as well. So that's what we're doing with CBN Sports, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, so glad that you guys bring that to us. Well, how can our viewers get more great sports content, Will?
Well, as you know, we've been covering sports at CBN for a long time, but we're really kind of in the infancy stage when it comes to social media. But you can follow us on Instagram. We're at CBNSports_, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're youtube.com/ at CBN Sports, and there you'll find much more content than we could ever share just in a small portion or a small segment on television.
All right, I'm going to follow you right now. CBN Sports reporter Will Dawson. I think I probably already am, but if I'm not, I'm going to follow you right now. Will Dawson, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.